Welcome to the second chapter of this journey. Thin strips of paper see a lot of use in my build, and this thermal sleeve is no exception. Metal bands on a thermal sleeve of a real vehicle are not that prominent, but I personally find this exaggerated look aesthetically pleasing. As usual, the amount of glue needs to be minimal, otherwise it will look messy. PVA glue does not set immediately, and it leaves me enough time to make micro adjustments. This step is to be repeated 6 times. The top part of the turret roof is cut separately, based on the drawing. Glue needs to be spread evenly. Now imitating the hinge of the gunner hatch. A strip of paper must be folded, but not sharply, so that the corner retains some roundness. Additionally, I apply another strip of paper of the same width, but with the gap in the middle. By using the tip of the knife, I ensure that I take the smallest drop of glue. To imitate smoke launchers, I must prepare a tiny roll of paper. This half centimeter wide strip of paper needs to be rolled basically into smallest diameter possible. Then cut in half. And then rolled and rolled some more. Once again I use knife to take the necessary amount of glue, to apply it only to the outer edge of this paper roll. In the end it is given one final pass between two hard surfaces. The two air intakes will be covered with meshes. The first step here is to make frames. Taking measurements so that the two openings match those already present on the engine deck. These openings need to be cut extremely carefully, not to step outside of the designated rectangles. It is necessary to preserve the structural integrity of the frames. The frames need to be pre-painted. My intention is to make the space under the meshes dark. These areas will become completely inaccessible after the assembly is done. These meshes were taken from a pyramid tea bag. I've already painted them green beforehand. In the end it will be much cleaner to put pre-painted parts together as opposed to trying to paint them on a finished model. The meshes are sandwiched between two frames. The positioning of the rectangular openings must be identical between two details. and as always the amount of glue should be minimized. When it's all set, I can safely crop the frames into desired size. Time to make tracks. Each individual track link is marked on this sheet of paper. A rather tedious task is ahead. This array is then split in two. Having all the track links in parallel arrangement greatly simplifies the process. In the end, I only need one paper belt to go across the entire array. Of course, some adjustments have to be made in order to align the track links afterwards. The track is separated, time to repeat the same thing with the remaining links. In terms of size, this track is not the perfect representation of the original, but to me personally it is the best approach considering the limitations of the scale and the material. These grooves that I am making is my attempt to represent the relief of the actual track. Another tedious task, but I am already used to it. In this part I just need to assemble dual rolled wheels. The wheels are made with my secret technology, but eventually I will make a separate video about it. Now it's time to get the upper hull and lower hull firmly together. This angled piece of paper will stabilize the chassis and also serve as a secure attachment point. Some areas will hardly be accessible after the assembly, so I am painting the contact surface of these idlers now. From my experience with previous models, I figured out that the easiest way is to first attach the rolled wheels to the track itself and later secure their position. At this stage I thought that I will soon attach the tracks to the hull and they will become inaccessible, so I decided to paint them beforehand. Later it turned out to be unnecessary, but it is the stage of the building anyway, and that's why I have unfinished painting footage here. Later I will make a separate video about painting, so stay tuned for more.